the star. Annie's. There was upon a time there was a sister who lived with her brother, Elegant, and her name is Annie. Their parents died, and they lived with the evil witch with a stepmother and one stepsister with one eye. They always have to work and eat not delicious bread. And one day, her brother says to Annie, "Go and we will go to the forest." And they go to the forest and in the deep sleep. And then the bird flew out. And when it's morning, there's the witch paintings. And the witch says all of the water says, when they want to drink water, get and says, "You will be the wolf, the lion, and the deer." One day, when Annie and Gillies wake up, Gillies says, "I'm very thirsty," and they walk to one of the river, and the river says, "You turn to the deer when you drink the water," but no one heard. But our Annis and Oddities doesn't hear it, and they drink and Armpits drink it, and he turned to the deer. And Annie very sad, and when midnight, they saw the little house. They stayed up and walked many days, and one day there's the hunters of the king. The deer very want to go out. Annie says yes, but be careful. When you go home, you says, "My dear sister, open the door for me." And the deer agree and happily go out. And just then, the hunters saw the beautiful deers. It's Annie's brothers. And he says, catch that steers." And the honeys run to cut the deer, but the deer run very fast and knock at the door. So Annie opened the door, and the king shook. And when the next time when the deer come out, and the king says, "Don't catch the deer, but follow them." And the king knocked on the door and says, "My dear sister, open the door for me." And Annie opened the door, but she's very sharp because there's not her brother. It's the king of the kingdom. And the king fell in love with the beautiful girl and wanted to marry her. And when they married and lived happily ever after. But then the evil witch saw that, and her daughter says, "I want to be the queen." And when the witch and her daughter waved magic once, and Annie fell asleep all the time, and the witch put her into the deep forest and her daughter to be the queen. And when the king goes and says, "Oh, my queen, what you?" And evil witch says, "Oh, she is sick. She wants to deeply." And then when the queen in the forest wake up, She saw no one help her, and she saw the butterfly. She helped the butterfly, and the butterfly turned to the little fairy. The little fairy yet the golden. The little fairy thanked to her and get the golden bell for her and says, "When you are trouble, I will come." And the butterfly and the fairy of the butterfly get her out of the forest. And when the deer, her brother, very sad because he doesn't see Annie's visits him anymore. And he says, and he goes to Annie's room and hears the voice of the witch and her daughter. They are very angry and go to the kitchen and saw Annie very surprised because that's her brother. And they sleep in one night. And when it's morning, the deer told Annie, says, "Hide in the kitchen." And the deer gets to find the king and says to the king, the person in the princess' room, not Annie's. And the princess, "I will get the witch away." But when the witch says, "I'm not the very evil witch, and no one can stop the evil witch," and Annie saw her golden bell fell off, and she rings the bell, and the fairy comes and turns the witch bell, and turn the witch to come to the palace and turn the deer into Annie's brother. This is at the prince and Annie live happily ever after. Thank you for listening and goodbye.